Hi, welcome to the pole camp. As our first ever YouTube video, I'd like to show everyone our morning routine. I suggest that everyone has a morning routine because your daily habits determine your future. This is going to be a follow along video because I'm going to be doing it with you. It's going to take anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes and you can avoid certain poses depending on your personal preference. Starting at the beginning of the mat, you're going to ensure that your core is engaged, shoulders rolled back and pulled back. You're going to inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward and stay here for about 10 seconds. It's okay if your spine is not entirely straight in the first go. Just bend your knees if that's more comfortable as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, hands up. This time, we're going to look back, hands down and inhale. Look all the way back and lift your hands up. Exhale all the way down. Fold forward. You can either step back or jump back depending on how you like it. 3, 2, 1 and back. Go all the way down. Inhale, upward dog. You have to ensure that there's only very little gap between your knees and the ground, almost like only a paper can be inserted. You're going to stay there and keep breathing through the entire process. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, downward dog. Adjust your feet if you have to, bend your knees if you have to, but ensure that you are keeping your backs as straight as possible. In fact, you can even start by just bending one knee at a time, just to mobilize the joints and the muscles. Keep doing that for a while. And when you're feeling comfortable, straighten your legs. Stay here for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you're going to slowly tuck your right knee close to your chest and push the weight to your hands and place the right leg between your hands and get up to warrior. You're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to place your hands back down, push the leg back into your downward dog. 3 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. You're going to tuck your left leg close to your chest and get up into a warrior. Stay here. 3, 2, and 1. Back to your downward dog. Your knees can be bent. Do not worry about all of that. Just practice. You're going to shift and go into a upward dog. Downward dog. Look between your palms and jump or step forward. Fold forward, inhale, hands up. Whenever you're ready. And relax. We're going to do the whole thing again, maybe slightly faster now. Inhale, hands up. Exhale all the way down into a forward fold. Jump back into an upward dog. 3, 2, 1 and downward dog. 3, 2, 1. Tuck your right knee close to the chest. Place it between your hands and up. 3, 2, 1. Bring both hands down. Step back. Get the other leg between and up. 3, 2, 1. Bring both hands back down. Push the leg back into a downward dog. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wave, unload, shift all the weight into a plank and then an upward dog. Back into a downward dog. Look between your palms and walk forward or jump forward. I have to improve my forward fold, as you can see. So this is a journey, it's a process, it's not going to happen within a day. So be kind to yourself. Inhale, hands up, look back and relax. Great. So now we're going to do some movements that will help your upper back, lower back, basically your upper body. So let's begin by sitting in a child's pose for some time, just to get the heart rate down a little bit. Ensure you find a nice sweet spot in between the hands for your forehead and just rest your forehead there. There's no weight on the hands. You must feel light. You are a work in progress. You don't need to do everything in a day and have everything figured out in a day. So one day at a time, one morning routine at a time. Now you're going to go into a tabletop, all fours. Ensure that your wrist is exactly under your shoulder and your knees are exactly under your hips, and you're going to have a neutral back. Don't drop your hips or hunch your back, just a neutral back. From here, you're going to drop your belly, inhale and look up. Hunch your back, chin to chest, look down. Feel like somebody's pulling you from your mid-spine. Drop your belly, look up. Hunch. Drop your belly, look up. Hunch your back. Once more, drop your belly. And keep rocking. You're going to rock a little bit in a neutral position. In a neutral spine, you're going to just keep rocking back and forth. This will also warm up your wrists. And then you're going to shift the position of the hands. Make sure the fingers are pointing towards you, and you're going to continue rocking. Keep going, you can do this. And then you're going to ensure that your fingers are facing the opposite sides and keep rocking again. Throughout this time, your shoulders, your neck, your back, everything is relaxed. Don't hunch or drop your belly. Just keep it intact. And then you're going to make sure that your palms are facing the ceiling. And keep rocking. This may seem like the most difficult, but it is extremely important. So don't skip this. Now we're going to do the rocking, but in the cat and camel pose. So you're going to drop your belly, look up, and keep rocking back and forth. Keep shifting the weights between your palms and your knees. And your ankles, of course. And then you're going to exhale, round your back, chin to chest, and keep rocking. Continue to keep breathing. Deep inhalation and exhalation. This should help your back feel a little bit like jelly. So now we're going to go into some other poses to again make your back more jelly. So step back a little bit and get your hips to be exactly on top of your knees. And from here, you're simply going to straighten your palms, but you're not going to move the position of your hips. You're just going to rest the shoulders on the ground. Again, find a nice spot on your forehead to rest. Don't resist, don't push, don't try to push your back or hunch your back way too much. Just a neutral back. Let gravity do its thing. Stay here. You must have noticed how your shoulders are constantly getting pushed down because of gravity. Let that happen on its own. Don't try to push or resist. And if you're comfortable, try to keep your chin on the ground instead of your forehead. This will further stretch your mid-back. And your upper back, of course. And in 3, 2, 1. You're going to get up. Make sure to go back into that initial puppy pose without placing your forehead down. You're going to shift your hands onto one side, maybe your left side first, and then rest. So this should help you feel the stretch on the entire right side of the body, including your lats, your triceps, your obliques. So just enjoy the stretch. It should feel like a massage and not like pain. Similarly, you're going to shift your entire body to the other side, maybe your right side now, and stay there. Through it all, keep breathing. That's your best friend. Keep breathing. Supply your body with the oxygen it needs. And you're going to come back. So the next pose is thread the needle. For this, you're going to maintain the puppy pose and take your left hand and put it between the right knee and the right hand and push it through. It's almost like a twisty pose, and stay here. Relax your neck. Ensure that your hips are not getting twisted too much. Make sure that they are still squared and stay there. Keep breathing, keep breathing. If you continue to do this for 21 days, it's going to become a habit. And if you continue to do this for 90 days, it's going to become a part of your lifestyle. After that, it will be difficult without a morning routine. That's the space that I want all of you to get into. You're slowly going to get up and thread the needle on the other side. So now your right hand is going to go between your left knee and your left hand. Watch how my hips are not moving. They are in the same position, and that's exactly what I want you guys to do as well. This is going to twist your spine just enough for you to feel nice and comfortable. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your puppy pose, and you're going to get back into your child's pose. Stay there for 3, 2, 1. Now hold your heel with your hands and hunch your back. This is further going to really stretch your upper back. You would feel really nice. If you are someone who does a lot of desk jobs sitting, then this would be your best friend. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up slowly, and now we're going to go ahead and sit in a deep squat. All of this should make you feel like you're feeling good. You know what I mean? You should feel good about all of this and not like, oh, I'm not able to do this. It doesn't matter. Like I said, one day at a time. You're going to sit in a deep squat. If you have a problem in sitting in a deep squat, then use a block to place your butt on, so you could sit on the block, and that would eventually help you into your deep squat. I don't want to see you being on your toes. Ensure that you are placing your heels and ground your feet as much as possible, and stay here for a little bit longer, maybe 10 seconds more. 10, 9, keep breathing. 8, 7, straight back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You should feel like somebody is pulling your neck towards the ceiling. That's the feeling at all times. You need to lengthen your spine as much as possible. In 3, 2, 1. You're going to use your left hand, hold your right ankle, and you're going to bend forward, place your right forearm, twist the torso, and then stretch the hand out. You're going to do this about 4 times on each side. On to the second time, twist the torso. Instead of just taking the hand up, focus on twisting your torso first. So twist the upper body, twist, and then reach out. Also look where your hand is going. This will also help a lot in terms of moving your body and ensuring that you're not looking down while performing. That's a common thing that we see. Switching on to the other side. The common thing we see is when people are performing, they often always look down. Then you wouldn't even go where your hands are going. So something like this, where you follow your hand, follow the movement of your hand, would really help bring perspective to your performance. Twist the torso and up. Also, one side may always feel a little bit easier than the other. That is also completely normal. It's fine. It's totally fine. So now you're just gonna loosen up your hip flexors a little bit, thighs a little bit, hips a little bit. So just keep pushing the knee away. It's okay if your heel is coming off as well. Just keep pushing a little bit on either side, just to loosen it up a little bit. This would really help if you are on your period or you have cramps. It would really help you feel a little bit better. Trust me on that. Now we're going to move on to legs, of course. Hips and legs. So we're going to start off with a nice lunge. The common mistake while lunging is dropping again, not keeping your core or your hips engaged. So we're going to tuck it. As you tuck, you're going to feel a nice stretch on the left pelvis, like almost on the hip flexors. You're going to feel a nice strong stretch. That's exactly what we're aiming for. We're trying to loosen that up a little bit. So we're going to do an active flexibility drill, which is basically tucking your hips while being in a lunge. You're going to stay there for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to maintain the tuck and lunge forward. Lunge as much as possible and stay there. 4, 3, 2. I think we should stay a little bit longer here. So stay for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now drop your hips and stretch both the arms up above. This would also help you maintain some balance. It is also a balance drill. Use your toes to keep balancing. Look up and stay there. Again, tall spine, neck is not hurting at all. You're going to relax your neck, come back down and go back into your half split. Again, draw the legs in instead of keeping them like that. Make sure that your hips are square. So draw the leg in and try to keep your back as straight as possible. It doesn't matter at what place you are. Engage your core and keep your back straight. Keep holding this. stay there. You can either point your toes or you can also stay on your heel depending on whichever is comfortable. Similarly at the back, you can either point your toes or balance on your toes, whichever is comfortable. Now we're going to rock back and forth, forward and back. Again, maintaining a neutral back as much as possible. Taj Mahal wasn't built in a day, right? We're all a piece of art. It's going to take a while before we get there. Now we're going to move on to pigeon. So make sure that you place your hands first and then place the shin parallel to your hands and maybe press down the heel using your left hand so the hips don't move or the legs don't move. And you're again not going to place the hips this way. You're going to square the hips, so shift the weight onto the other side. So you make sure that your hips are squared and you're going to stay here. If this is hard to place your hands on the ground, you could also use blocks if you have blocks, or just books if you don't have blocks. So again, tall spine, you're going to make sure that somebody is pulling your neck up. So you're going to keep a very tall spine and stay there. And you're going to fold forward, go into your forearm or place your forehead down and stay there. Slowly get back up. Make sure you place the left toe, release the left knee, get up into a lizard. So place your right leg next to your right hand, and instead of letting your knees flare out, you're going to keep them engaged. Place your left knee back on the ground and get down to your forearm. This would feel extremely uncomfortable in the beginning, but you will get used to it. Everything in life is like that, isn't it? Whenever you're feeling comfortable, you're going to get out of the pose in 3, 2, 1. Sit back. If you want to take a water break, now is the time. And I'll meet you back in 10 seconds. I hope you've had your water. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the left side. So left side lunge. Instead of dropping your hips, you're going to tuck, tuck, tuck. You can see what I mean. And hold it there. You're going to feel a nice stretch on your right hip flexors. Hold this for about 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly, with the engaged core, you're going to drop your hips, drop your hips, drop your hips, push the knee further. This is also going to increase your ankle mobility, but it may not seem like that on day one. So don't push beyond any limit, don't pull a muscle. Take it easy, take it slow. Your hips will automatically keep dropping after a certain point, which is totally fine. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your hips and lift your hands up and look back as much as possible. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Going to slowly place your hands, go into your pigeon, slowly. Now slowly place your hands, going into your half split. Again, don't make your hips like that. Pull them, draw the leg in, draw the hips in, and maintain. My back is also a little bit arched. These things take a lot of time and a lot of consistency and commitment. So today is just day 1. So let's just stick to the process and see where it takes us. Place your palms and then place your legs parallel to your wrist. Push using the right hand, push the left heel, and instead of dropping the weight onto one leg, you're going to push and shift the weight to ensure your hips are square, and stay here. Again, you can use blocks if you need to. It's totally fine. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop forward, drop, go into your forearm or place your forehead down. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Slowly rise up. You're gonna release the right toes first and then the right knee. And then you're gonna place the left leg next to the left hand and place your right knee on the ground and then go into your forearm. Stay here in your lizard. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now push yourself up, push your upper body, and then release the right toes, get back and sit back. Now we're going to do a couple of balance and stability poses just to improve your hand-eye coordination, balance, mobility, and drills like that. You're going to start off in a tabletop, neutral tabletop. From here, you're going to simply push the right leg. So you're going to keep it bent at the knee, maintain that 90 degrees at the knee, and simply push it up. Don't have to drop your hips again. Make sure that your hips stay neutral in a tucked position and release the left arm. You're going to try and balance using the left toes and your right fingers. This is going to test your balance a little bit, but keep pushing through, keep pushing through. Keep the legs engaged, keep the core engaged, keep the vision engaged, and stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly get your hands down. Onto the other side. Try and keep your core as engaged as possible. Keep your vision in one spot, that will help you balance. Stay there. This is basically a different version of a lunge if you think about it. So keep that engaged and down. Now you're going to do a similar pose, except this time what you're going to do is you are going to grab your right toes with your left hand and stay there. Going to stretch your shoulder, hips together. So stay there, also improves balance. Keep balancing, keep balancing, keep balancing. Now on to the other side. Grab your left toe with your right hand first and then lift it up. Keep balancing, keep balancing, keep balancing. If you lose balance, take a second, take a nice deep breath in and then get back into the pose. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Sit back. Now we're going to open our hips a little bit more because now we're going to go into a downward dog. But let's first see how to do a downward dog properly. So you're going to push the shoulders up. Instead of collapsing into the shoulders, you're going to push them up, and your ears are almost going to touch the shoulders. So that's how much you need to push. And don't push your mid back or upper back into the floor. Just let it be. Fold your right knee, tuck it as much as possible, and open it. Now while doing this, make sure your hips are not getting opened too much. That's not our focus. We are going to try and ensure that hips stay squared as much as possible. So I don't want to see this happening. Just stay here. Again, this is a work in progress. So stay there, stay there, stay there. And place. Your flexibility is a work in progress, especially if you're doing strength as well. So in pole, you would need strength and flexibility and mobility. So it is going to take longer because you're not focusing on just one thing, you're doing multiple things. So you need to develop all of this hand in hand so it looks consistent and also helps you progress in a very effective manner. You're going to hold this for 3, 2, and 1. Tuck. Again, downward dog. You're going to wave, unload into an upward dog. Place your knees on the ground and relax. Now is the time for some lower back stretching as well. So we're going to start off with some Supermans, but like mini Supermans. So the first thing you're going to do is place your palms right next to your shoulder or above your shoulder slightly and just lift your upper body. So you're going to use your lower back to do this. And you must be able to release your fingers or your palms because you're not really using those to push the body up. You're just using your lower back to lift yourself up. And you're going to stay here and slowly come back down. Now you're going to bring your palms a little bit closer, probably next to your elbows. And you're just going to push yourself up. But while doing this, you're not really dropping your shoulders or sinking or flaring your elbows. You're going to keep the tricep as close as possible to your lats. Roll your shoulders back. Keep the elbows slightly bent and stay here. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. That's your best friend. And slowly release back down. So now we're going to draw our hands back and lift ourselves up. Now this is actually the mini Superman. So we just did a few exercises to facilitate exactly this. So you're going to draw your shoulders back and pull yourself up as much as possible. You're going to stay here, use your lower back. You should feel the load in your lower back. Stay here, stay here, stay here. And you're going to slowly come back down. Now place your chin or your forehead and you're going to lift one leg at a time, again using your lower back more. Now lift the leg off and keep the knees locked. I don't want to see bent knees. 3, 2, and down onto the other leg. Lift. Keep pushing. It's a conscious, constant effort. Keep pushing and down. Now both legs together. Again, bend from the lower back, not your knees. Stay there, stay there, stay there, and down. Now we're going to do all of it at once, going into our Superman. So you're going to draw the hands back. And lift all of it at once. Up. Stay there. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. You can always pause these videos and do this a couple of more times if you feel like you want it. That's totally fine as well. Now you're gonna shift. Make sure that your hips are facing the ceiling. We're gonna do some glute bridges that will further help us in our back bends later and also engage the core and the glutes a little bit more. So you're going to simply lift your hips, thrust and push your hips towards the ceiling as much as possible without feeling too much in your neck. So make sure to push your feet into the ground. Stay there. And down slowly. We're going to do one more of this. Keep the core engaged, keep the core engaged. And push up. Stay there. Stay, stay, stay. And slowly drop down. Now you're going to hold and hug your knees as close as possible and keep rocking side to side. If this rocking is not happening, that's totally fine. You can just hug them and stay there. Keep rocking and hugging. Give yourself a nice tight hug. You deserve it. You did really well. You've come this far. That's great. Now you're gonna just relax. Now we're gonna go into like a mini back bend. So you're gonna place your palms from this position. You're simply going to place your palms exactly the same way. Just push them close to your ears. So your fingers will face the shoulders. Think of it like that. Fingers facing shoulders. And you're going to do a hip thrust. We're not going to do a complete back bend. We're just going to do a hip thrust and understand how this feels. Stay there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Quickly grab a towel and we're going to get into the last phase of today's morning routine. So as a pole artist, it's super important to release your shoulders and your chest because you kind of use that to pull yourself. You're going to use your shoulders, and to push, you're going to use a lot of your chest and your tricep. It's important to stretch all of that out, and these drills will really help you see a difference in the way your shoulder feels. So just grab a towel, keep it at a distance beyond. I'm keeping it beyond my shoulders, obviously. It's not going to be super close. It's going to be beyond, and it's something that's super comfortable. You're going to lift your shoulders up, keep the core engaged, but lift your shoulders up and hold it up. Kind of pull the towel apart, rip the towel apart, and then stay. And then again, push, 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 and then down. So I don't want to see your back arch. You're going to push you from your shoulders and your chest rather. So push and down. Push. Push a little further every time you're pushing it, yeah? Push a little bit further and down. Neutral neck. Now you're going to take it slightly beyond your ears. And almost halfway back. So you're going to lift your shoulders up and turn. Yes. And back. Do this a couple of times every single day to see a good amount of difference. It also helps women a lot because, naturally we have rounded shoulders. This will actually help release a little bit of that stress in your shoulders, in your chest, in your traps. So please do this every single day. And you're going to take this all the way down. Lift and bring it all the way forward. Lift and take it all the way back. Lift and bring it all the way forward. Once more. Nice. Now we're going to do some half semi-turns basically. So look at the distance of the towel I'm holding here. So from here, you're going to do the same mechanism, but lift one shoulder up, keep the other down. And again, use the other shoulder, lift it up and bring it forward. almost like Muttu Rajnikant, okay? Think of that. But your elbows are not really bent. There's a slight bend, that's okay, but try to not bend them. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Great. The last thing you're gonna do is place your palms facing back and place them on your hips, right? So you're gonna take them out, turn them, and place them back and keep pulling like somebody's pulling your back. You can do this slowly or at a pace that's comfortable for you. Again, it's completely subjective. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And relax. Just shake it off, shake it off, shake your hands off. Shake it off, shake it off. And we are done with today's morning routine. Congratulations on completing day 1. You're gonna lie down and just give your body the rest that it deserves now. You can stay here for as long as possible. So we are going to upload a video every Sunday with some changes in your routine. So it won't feel monotonous, even though these things are monotonous and boring. The boring stuff adds up and actually makes you better. But we're gonna make slight changes every Sunday. So you can do this throughout the week. So starting from tomorrow, which is Monday, till next Sunday. And then next Sunday, we'll put up a new video and you can follow that for the week. This will also help you develop that habit of committing to a process and staying committed to yourself and to your body and actually indulge in that self-love in the truest way possible. Because self-love is the ultimate love, right? So until I see you guys in the next video, you're gonna keep continuing the morning routine, yeah? It's a promise you're making to yourself, and thank you so much for watching. Stay there for some more time.